Buying and selling businesses is also business. Part 3. Key question. What is your motive? From the post of Dr. Strive Masiyiwa. Nick Rudnick, the CEO of Liquid Telecom, has been with Econet Group for nearly 20 years. Before becoming CEO of a group company, he worked in many different roles. He is a seasoned and highly skilled businessman who knows what it takes to build a successful business. During one of our strategic reviews, he explained, our business in South Africa, Liquid Telecom South Africa, is not big enough to compete effectively. South Africa is a key market for our business, and we are just not competitive enough. Our business in that market has been built from scratch, but our key competitors are bigger than we are. We need an acquisition to accelerate our growth, he said. This was the beginning of a conversation that he would then support with studies and proposals, and it would not be a one-day affair, but a process. Oh, right. If you get an acquisition opportunity, let's look at it. Let's have a comprehensive assessment of each and every option in the market. Then put the word out that we are buyers in the market. Months would follow. Our intelligence had led us in different directions, sometimes to dead ends. Then one day, the phone call came through from one of our sources. The deal between Vodacom South Africa and Tata Communications over Nuatel has fallen through. It could be coming back to market. Okay, what do we have on Nuatel? I asked Nick. We know everything about them. I can have a report on your table within a week. What followed was a rigorous evaluation of the opportunity, using each of the 6 key questions I gave you before. Do you remember them? 1. What is your motive behind your decision to buy a business? 2. What will you do with it to grow and expand it once you have acquired it? 3. Do you have the capacity to run and develop the business that you are planning to buy? 4. What will you to pay for it, and how did you reach that price? 5. How are you going to pay for it? 6. What are the challenges and the risks you will face that are outside your control? We had every box ticked, but before we could make a move, I wanted to do one more thing. Do you remember the post on the Buffalo Hunter? I actually wrote it as I was working on our bid for Nuatel. We can discuss it again in the next post. We are all faced with a series of great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible situations, said the American pastor and author Chuck Swindoll. Impossible is one word that can really imprison your hopes and dreams and entrepreneurial planning. Is that word in your vocabulary? Afterthought. When you are first thinking through an idea, it is important not to get bogged down in complexity. Thinking simply and clearly is hard to do. This advice from my good friend Richard Branson is really worth taking on board. When you are first evaluating your opportunities with the 6 questions, complexity will come soon enough. As I mentioned in my last post on the subject, there is a technical process used when buying a business, irrespective of the size, which should never be ignored. You must make sure you know this process before you ever attempt to buy any business. Amongst the issues you must do are the following. 1. Hire a corporate lawyer not just any type of lawyer. They must have prior experience in buying and selling procedure. 2. Hire a qualified accountant who has been involved in buying and selling of businesses. 3. If you can afford it, include a professional banker in the team. We call these people external advisors to the transaction. I was once approached by a large company to buy shares in one of my businesses. When I was still very small, I asked them to give me money to hire the best advisors to help me. There must also be a professional process set up by the advisors to enable proper exchange of information between the two sides. Every week, I receive offers of businesses to buy or to buy shares. 99% I turn them down. The ones I look at are usually the ones I was already looking at. Remember, I am an old buffalo hunter. I already know what animals I am looking for. I am not just out there hoping something will just pop up and then I start running around. If something happens to pop up, I must already have been looking for it, and it must be a buffalo, not an impala, a rabbit, or even an elephant. Sevelier asks, Sir Strive, when big companies want to buy your company, is it possible to sell maybe 3/3 while retaining the rest? What are the advantages and disadvantages of such a transaction? My reply, at the moment, I am looking at the subject of buying. I will also consider the issue of selling a business. A seller must also follow a set of rules in deciding why and when to sell a business. For instance, in this case, what is your motive? The answer will decide if, when, and how much you should sell and even to whom. If you follow a methodical process, you will find the answer staring at you in the face. Peter Kanayo asks, Dr. Strive, thanks for the inspiring post. There is a key question I need answer to. How do you manage the culture shock that is sure to come when you acquire another company? My reply, Peter, this is a very important subject. You must never forget that when you are buying a business, it is an organization that employs people. Even if it is 1 or 2 people or thousands, the issues that arise are the same. The people who work for the organization have dedicated their lives on developing the business. They have families and they are stakeholders in the future of the organization. I am totally opposed to people who buy an organization to simply stripe it and sell the assets. When I am buying a company, I am very keen to first establish, amongst other issues, as much as I can about the employees. I am also interested in the culture of the organization. I like to buy a company where the employees are happy to see me buy it because they know I will add value, secure jobs, and grow it.